Hello, everyone. I'm Sean,
This is who?
and we are the Courageour Frights, back once again for a movie review.
Yes.
So this time we did M3GAN,
Yeah, M3GAN.
otherwise
Yes.
known as Megan.
Megans. Yeah.
All right, so Megan, of course, is kind of the viral TikTok sensation movie
Yes.
about a killer AI robot
A
doll,
robot.
a robot,
An android, as they say.
as they say, as the kids say. Yeah, so this is a movie that I think a lot of people think is probably a comedy
Yeah.
based on the trailer.
Yeah, they have a lot of comedic elements in the trailer and stuff, but
Yeah.
it's not really a comedy.
No, it's not. Like, it has a couple funny moments in
Yeah.
it, but it's really not a comedy. It's way more of a horror film.
Yeah.
Like, if you saw Child's Play 2019, it's basically that, but slightly better constructed.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I mean, I like that movie too, but this one's just a little bit better crafted
Yeah.
in some elements. In some ways, I like that one better, and in some ways, I like this one better.
Yeah.
Down the line, I'll probably do a more comparison video. But it's been 3 years since I saw that movie, so I get a refresher.
Yeah, all memory here.
Yeah, so this movie is, of course, I think the first film that combines Atomic Monster, which is James Wan's studio, with Blumhouse.
This must start off like the multi-year deal they have, I guess.
Yeah,
Between those two studios, that is.
right. So I think this is maybe the first combination of James Wan and Jason Blum.
Yeah.
And so this film was, you said, directed by a New Zealand.
Yeah, I think it's like his Hollywood debut from New Zealand.
Yeah, Gerard Johnstone.
Yeah.
So this is written by James Wan and co-written by Akela Cooper,
Yes.
who she wrote a couple seasons of Grimm, which is like one of my favorite shows of all time.
Mm-hmm.
But has also written for Witches of East End, Jupiter's Legacy, The Nun.
Oh, she did a nun.
She's doing, well, The Nun 2, I guess,
Oh,
which
the
is the
second
one that
one.
comes out this year. So maybe it'll be good.
Yeah.
Because I didn't see The Nun, but I heard it was like the worst of the Conjuring films. But Annabelle was the same way, where the first Annabelle wasn't that good, but then the sequels are better. So
Yeah.
maybe that'll happen with The Nun. And she also co-wrote *Malignant*, which was that one that
Yeah, I
James
knew
Wan
that
did.
one was. Which that one I think was more comedic too, but I've never seen it. With one I've heard, I don't know.
It's just crazy.
Is it?
It's more like it's funny in how insane the premise is,
Oh, okay.
but it doesn't play it up as comedy.
I know there's like a twist or something in there.
Yeah, there's a twist. We'll talk about that in another video.
Yeah. Yes.
And she also wrote episodes of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, which is, I guess, the only Star Trek people like.
Yeah.
And this is starring Allison Williams, who was in Get Out, and Violet McGraw plays the kid, Katie.
Yeah.
So Allison Williams is playing the aunt who ends up raising the kid
Yeah.
and is the inventor of Megan.
Yeah, she's like the creator.
Yeah. And Violet McGraw is the girl, Katie, who she was in Haunting of Hill House
Okay.
and also played young Yelena Belova in Black Widow. Just a funny side note, her sister Madeline McGraw was in Black Phone and played young Hope in Ant-Man and the Wasp. So both of them weirdly are in horror films and Marvel movies.
There we go.
So that's kind of a good place to start, I guess,
Yeah,
with your
that's
acting
true.
career. So I think, yeah, they both do a good job in here. And Megan's pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty decent movie. But like I said, we have to do the comparison between that and the Chucky movie because this is obviously it's like pretty much the same movie.
Yeah, it's basically the same movie. It's just maybe a little bit better written.
Yeah, better
But
written.
a lot of the story beats are very similar, almost identical.
Yeah, because it's like in the Chucky. I know the first one because it was like almost like a joke where the Chucky movie. Like the first scene was at the factory and the guy turned on the evil program.
Yeah.
This one is like Megan is not really evil. She just
No.
kind of learns to be evil.
She
because
just
it's
ends
like-
up, yeah, because they didn't put a failsafe
Yeah,
on
'cause
what her programming can
These
do.
are all the prototype because she's like trying to get a listen because she works at the aunt works at like a toy factory and that's the reason why.
At Funky.
Yeah, Funko Pop.
She works at Funko.
But because she's like trying to like get on her deadlines and stuff, because she makes like a Furby thing that shits itself. I don't know.
Literally.
The first scene is like this Furby thing farting.
Yeah, it's the fart bot. It's the butt bot.
Yeah, and then it shits itself. And the guy who makes the joke is like, I don't think we should keep having her be on the like on this tablet, because it's like the first scene is a funny scene, like it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it's funny for like a scene.
Yeah, it's like a scene, and then the remainder is like horror.
Yeah, it's basically just a horror movie after that.
He's like, we should just not have her. Just what's he gonna do? Just keep feeding this thing until it shits itself. That's what he says.
Yeah, it's like they have a funny scene there. There's a couple other funny scenes.
Yeah.
There's one scene that we'll probably save for the end of the review.
Yeah.
And then there's the dance scene, which is just as random in context as it is in the trailer.
The guy's just confused. It's like, he even says, like, what are you doing? What are you doing, Megan?
She just randomly does a TikTok dance.
Yeah, that's the one I think what helped this movie do so well.
Oh, for sure.
But it's like, because she doesn't put in the fail-safes in because of that reason. Like, because he was trying to get things done quickly and trying to get this, like, deadline made because I guess another company was making, like, Hasbro is making, like,
like
Furby equivalent that's cheaper.
Yeah, that's, like, half as much.
But then she's doing this M3GAN project in secret or something.
Yeah, it's basically 2019's Child Play. Yeah. It's like 80% 2019's Child's Play. With a little bit of Small Soldiers sprinkled in, and a lot of Terminator at the very end.
Yeah, she's almost like the Terminator.
The final fight with M3GAN is very similar to the Terminator.
Yeah.
You can kind of tell what this movie's like from the trailer.
Yeah, because the trailer, remember, it shows a lot of what, like, it shows like a lot of the stuff anyways, so.
Yeah.
You gotta guess what's gonna happen just by watching the trailer.
Yeah. There's one scene without... I mean, this is semi-spoiler review. Yeah. But one thing I want to talk about in the spoilers is that one kill, well, not really a kill, but a maiming, is when she tears that kid's ear off. Oh. That looks so stupid.
Yeah, that looked pretty dumb.
She stretches that kid's ear like 3 feet from his head.
Well, that kid should have been like in the circus or something. It looked really weird. It was like... It looked like someone took, like, the Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, his ear is made out of the same material as Stretch Armstrong.
And it was, like, probably, like, 2 feet or something. And then it finally ripped off.
Stretched that thing pretty far before it finally ripped.
And then he, like, just throws it and then he falls off. Which I think this is in the trailer, because the kid's, like, falling down the hill or whatever.
They splice the kid getting hit by a car with the neighbor getting carted off by the...
Yeah, I know.
It was like
almost like in those 2 scenes.
Both of them die.
That's probably like 30% of the death scenes in the movie.
Yeah. And then that's her other favorite part, where she blasts them.
With the weird, like, I don't think, do pressure washers have the same force as like a fire hose? Like
they do in M3GAN's world.
Yeah, because it literally walks out, sprays this lady, and she like flies to the front of the garage.
Yeah.
Like, she got hit by, like, some sort of jet stream.
Yeah.
You get to drink from the fire hose! Okay, you ready? Open wide!
Like, the kills, it's definitely a PG-13 movie, but I think they're straddling that line, because she does, like, say the F-bomb in it.
Yeah, they straddle a line with a PG-13. There apparently was an R-rated cut, but I guess this was scarier. Somehow,
I don't know.
I
don't know how they would have made it scarier.
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently, this version's scarier than the R-rated cut. I guess so. They claim.
I guess what they could have done is maybe linger on some of the kills. They cut it away. I'm pretty sure they cut away in every single kill.
Every single kill is cut away.
Yeah, because even the one guy that gets stabbed in the, like, after the dance scene.
Yeah.
The guy gets stabbed in the back. I don't think it shows him getting stabbed. It just shows him at the door. Like, it's like Silent Hill.
Right.
The Silent Hill.
Well, the blade's sticking out of his chest.
Oh, was it? Okay.
And she pulls it out.
Okay.
But, and that's another thing, too. I don't think you can actually thrust a paper cutter through somebody like that. Because they're not sharp on the end, only the bottom to cut paper. So I don't think that makes any sense. That may have been cut. The R-rated cut may have been cut completely differently, too.
Yeah, because I wonder how
it could have been totally different kills. Who knows?
I'm almost, like, kind of interested if they were ever release an R-rated, which they probably will be, like, R-rated version, uncut version.
Yeah, they could release it, like, on Blu-ray or something.
It'd be like, not Annabelle, but M3GAN.
Might as well be Annabelle.
Yeah, M3GAN, I don't know, like, Blade Edition or something. I don't know. Android edition.
Yeah.
You know, they always like to do that with these movies.
Right. So they could release an R-rated cut. One thing I'd be interested in seeing is, of course, they're gonna do a sequel to this.
Yeah, I think they're already in plans of doing it. Because this made movie like 30 million or something.
Yeah. So last I saw, the time of this recording, which is Sunday,
Yeah,
this movie made 45 million worldwide.
that's
on a
pretty good.
$12 million budget.
I mean, they had a little bit more marketing because they know they were at like the one football game.
They marketed the hell out of this movie.
Yeah, and then the TikTok thing was
So
pretty big.
it may have had like a $20 million marketing budget.
But they did say
still.
it was successful, so
Oh, yeah,
it went
definitely
past whatever they paid for it.
Yeah, definitely. And the only thing I would say is that I think Amazon or whoever owns the rights to Child's Play needs to get on that sequel.
Yeah,
Because
because
they could compete with this.
I could see because Child's Play was fairly successful as well.
It made $40 million on a $10 million budget. So it definitely made its money back as well.
Which it didn't make any sense that there wasn't a sequel to that movie.
No. Even though if you look at the Wikipedia article,
Yeah.
this is kind of funny. There's a section called Cancelled Sequel, and it reads, in July 2020, Klevberg said he would love to make a sequel, but due to the box office failure, and that's the end of the sentence.
There you go.
And then it gives you a link, and when you click on the link, it takes you to an article on Screen Rant titled Child's Play 2 could still happen, according to director Lawrence.
That's fake news.
So anyway, I guess, yeah, Child's Play 2, I think they should have. That's got weird rights issues.
Yeah, it's probably because it's a Chucky issue, like a
So, like,
issue.
I believe the original Chucky film, the original Child's Play,
Yeah.
and the 2019 remake are both owned by MGM,
Yeah.
and then everything else is owned by Universal.
Universal loves their monster, like their
Kill
doll
Bill.
movies.
But then Annabelle is owned by Warner Brothers, so...
Yeah.
But, yeah, so if you did do a M3GAN Child's Play crossover, it would have to be with the traditional Chucky.
Yeah.
Because that's who Don Mancini owns the rights to for Universal. Because Universal's running the Child's Play TV show.
Yeah.
That's currently on, like, Peacock or whatever.
Would be kind of interesting, actually, if they really wanted to do that.
Yeah, so they'd have to cross those two over, but competitively, Amazon could retroactively go back and make a sequel to the first Child's Play and make it better
Yeah.
to compete with M3GAN.
Yeah, because it's like the same premise. So
It's exactly the same thing.
it's like
It's like M3GAN. It's like James Wan basically watched the 2019 Child's Play, took notes.
I was like,
looked
how can I
at-
do this better?
Right, yeah, looked at where did this movie fail,
Yeah.
and then put it in his M3GAN movie.
M3GAN movie. Yeah, pretty much.
Because the biggest problem I had with it was it kind of hyped up this deep connection between Andy and Chucky that doesn't really happen as much.
The only
I felt like it
connection-
was more important in the original movie than it was in that.
The only connection they had was the horror movies they watched to teach Chucky how to kill people.
Yeah, this is for Tupac.
Yeah, that's for Tupac.
But this movie really played up the emotional connection and bond
Yeah.
between Katie and M3GAN.
Yeah, and it's like, and there was like another issue, like another theme they were talking about is like AI or something. You shouldn't actually prepare anything. You should actually
You should actually be a person.
you're a person instead of using a machine to do it. That's like a
Yeah.
theme they had in this
And
movie.
the other theme is also what is a person.
Yeah, what is a person? Yeah.
Because you can't, because there's a part where Katie, the girl, argues that you can't decide that M3GAN's not a person.
Yeah.
Which is something that goes all the way back to like Star Trek TNG
Yeah.
with Data.
Well, it kind of makes sense because the one writer, the lady that co-wrote it, didn't she like do some episodes of like Star Trek?
She did Star Trek Strange New Worlds.
So she must have had some sort of that Star Trek mind when she wrote this.
Not necessarily.
Yeah,
it is new
true.
Star
Yeah,
Trek.
that's true. It's all about that hubris.
That doesn't mean that the writers actually have seen Star Trek.
Yeah, that's true.
But in this case, maybe. So yeah, we're kind of rambling a bit here, but yeah, I would say I would recommend.
This is a decent movie.
Yeah,
And being the beginning of pretty much the first movie we saw this year. At least it's going off to a
it's
good
like the
start.
first
at least.
movie of the year.
Yeah, it's the first movie of the year, and it's actually off to a good start because this movie actually wasn't that bad.
It wasn't bad.
And being January,
Yeah, that's usually where movies go to die.
yeah, that's like the shit show. It's like here at this point.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I would say check it out. Go to the theater,
Go to the theater.
spend that money, and kick Hasbro in the dick.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, so I think that's going to do it for our review of M3GAN.
Yes.
M3GAN.
M3GAN.
So if you like this review, hit that thumbs up button. Consider subscribing for more content like this in the future, and you too can feel the strength welling within. See ya.
See ya.